What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be going over how I clean my Glock and how you can clean your Glock. So, as you can see here, got a Glock 19X. This is a dirty gun. It's been shot over the past 3 sessions, and it has not been cleaned yet, so it is probably disgusting. Shout out to my buddy. This is my buddy's gun, and he's letting me take care of it, do some things to it. So I just thought I'd clean it for him. So yeah, I'll show you how I go step by step. Pretty simple, instructional video. So obviously, take apart the Glock first. Probably gonna mess this up because I'm on camera, but to take apart your Glock, if you don't know, which you probably do, pull the trigger will be back. Rack the slide back, a little bit until you hear it click. And there's tabs right here on each side. And you're gonna use your nails to pull those down. Sorry if this is not the best in the video. It's kind of hard to do, but there you go. The slide, after you pull those 2 tabs down, will become loose and you can take it off. So it takes a little practice. At first it's kind of difficult, but you get used to it. As you can see, your basic slide here. Got your recoil spring and your barrel. So simple field strip. So when I'm cleaning, I typically like to take care of the barrel first, and then go from there. So as I will demonstrate, what I use is Ballistol, whatever. You guys probably use this stuff too. It's good. It's a cleaner and it's a lube for metal surfaces. It also works on leather and other stuff. I've heard it's good for pretty much damn near anything you want, lubed or cleaned. So first thing I do, here's your barrel, is I soak the barrel down. Now, when it comes to cleaning your Glocks or any pistols, any guns, there's a bunch of different methods. People do it all different ways. This is just how I've done it. I've done it for a long time now, and it works just fine for me. So, it might be different how you do it, but for, just for people that don't know how to clean them at all, or just want to watch my video, this is how I do it. It works for me, so it'll probably work for you. Most likely, unless you mess something up. But if you follow this video, you'll be fine. So yeah, just spray this down. I'll usually start just spraying the inside of the barrel a little bit. And I'll spray it down all the way around. Just get it coated, on all the sides here. And I'll just spread it all over, rub it all in. You want this to coat the entire barrel. Get it all nice and lubed in, shiny. So yeah, that's good. It's inside the barrel and outside the barrel. Just soak that all up and let it sit there. So over time, it'll clean the barrel and it will get it to where there's a nice, sheet of lubrication and oil over the barrel. So next, while I'm doing that, I will go ahead and take care of the slide. I'll actually take care of the frame first. So yeah, let me just move that to the side there. So I'll let the barrel soak right, and then I'll go ahead and just hit the frame, the internals a little bit with just some cotton swabs and some rubbing alcohol. Or let me just show you. So got some gun Q-tip fancy things, and I'll just get a bottle of rubbing alcohol. I'll dip it in there. Let me just move this to the side and get the key parts. Your rails are going to be dirty. So, get all up. That wasn't even in camera. So I'll do the rails, all good. These parts, I'll get all these parts in here. As you can see, they are really disgusting because this gun has not been cleaned. This is a pretty brand new gun. I don't think it's ever been cleaned. Well, it might have been from a previous owner. But as you can see, it's pretty nasty in there. So yeah, basically just clean off the parts that you see, the gunpowder and carbon residue. You can pretty much touch this almost anywhere in here. You're not going to damage anything, and just keep getting, Q-tips. So I'll get another one. Put some alcohol in there. And, just rub it through, and, you'll see where the dirtier spots are. It gets really dirty around here. Clean as much as you can. You don't have to be, perfect about it, I mean, these guns will run, even though if they're dirty. But just take a Q-tip and clean them as best as you can. So not to bore y'all, I'm going to do this, and I will cut this video into multiple parts to fast forward so you guys don't have to watch my boring ass clean a gun, because I like to take my time. So I'll get this clean, and then I will fast forward to where we're working on the slide next. All right, got the frame all cleaned up. Forgot to show y'all at the end, you know, I'll just blow it out with some compressed air, make sure there's no debris, or, you know, like little cotton particles from the Q-tips here. It's not going to be that bad. A lot of people don't like to use Q-tips, but it works just fine for me. I don't have any problem with a little tiny bit of cotton buildup. I mean, it's not going to mess with your gun, guys, unless you really, you know, get it jumbled up in there. But just blow it out with some compressed air, clean it with some alcohol and some Q-tips or even a rag. You'll be fine. So, frame done. Now we're going to work on the slide. So, as you can see, this slide is really disgusting. It's supposed to be tan, but it is all carboned up and disgusting and blown the fuck up. So, I'll do pretty much the same thing. Since this is kind of bad, I'm literally just going to take a rag and, you know, pre-clean it as much as I can. Get as much shit out as I can originally before I hit it with any Q-tips. You know, just wipe it out. You can use a fucking t-shirt. You can use whatever, an old t-shirt, old rag, paper towels, whatever. I like this rag because, you know, it's, like you see, it gets real dirty. It's built up. I like this rag just because it doesn't leave too much residue, like little particles or cotton, whatever built up. So I'll wipe that down real good, get that off as much as I can. And then I will go back to my Q-tip method and just hit the, right here, just hit the inside, you know, of the rails all the way down the rail. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not getting this in camera. I'll hit the rails all the way down on each side. Boom. Get the rails, because the rails get dirty, as you can see. So make sure you hit the rails. Get around the barrel opening, you know. Make sure that's nice and cleaned up. It gets pretty dirty. Just relaxing with y'all. Cleaning some guns, you know. Cleaning guns can be very therapeutic. And quite fun, honestly. If you really get into cleaning your gun, you know, the more clean it gets, the more satisfying it is, and the more it will run better and treat you right. So, just clean up, you know, all these little crevices and shit, with a Q-tip and some alcohol. And I broke my Q-tip. Okay, that happens with these. And I'll do the same up here. You know, just clean out the channels with some alcohol. Just, you know, just to get the excess carbon built up residue as much as you can. You know, you don't, like I said, you really don't have to be a perfectionist with this stuff. I've been doing this basic cleaning job for a long time now, and I have had no issues whatsoever. Now, what you don't want to do is get too much, like, don't be jamming and ripping your Q-tips up in these channels, because you don't want any fibers from your Q-tip to go in there. Also, with the firing pin, guys, you don't want to put any liquids or cotton in there and jam it up. So I just leave that alone. I'll clean the sides of it, but I won't actually clean the actual firing pin itself. You can break down the slide even more all up in here and really detailed clean, but I don't really do that too often, because these guns just run. As long as you do a basic field strip, you'll probably be fine for the majority. But it is a good idea to really take it all completely apart and clean it if every once in a while, you know, maybe every year or every 2 years, or even every 3 years, depending on how much you shoot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'll really do, guys. Just clean that up. Oh, well, I'll also clean up this section here. Get the extractor and a little bit near the firing pin and these openings here, the chamber openings. I'll hit that a little bit. Make sure, you know, that's all clean. Let me just take a good look at it, guys, real quick, and make sure it's all good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So like I said, just make sure there's no gunk or nothing, you know, built up in your rails, because you want your action to be nice and smooth. So just make sure your rails are cleaned really well. Sorry, the camera angle is not the best, guys, but I'm trying here. So yeah, just clean around as much as you can with some alcohol and some Q-tips, and, you know, wipe it out with a rag. Take your compressed air, blow it out, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really do to the slide. It doesn't really need too much cleaning other than that basic job. So there we go, frame and slide completed. Now let me roll in the rest of the steps. All right, next step. This is pretty much the final step here, is taking care of the barrel. So now that it's been soaked in ballistol, got it all nice and, you know, clean and oiled up, we're gonna have to do a deep cleaning on the inside of the barrel. So a couple tools you're gonna need. A rod. So all this stuff I got is from a cheapo $15 pistol cleaning kit on Amazon that I've used forever. It works just fine. So you don't have to, you know, I like to go cheap but good quality, and this little toolkit is, you can find a whole bunch. They're not that expensive. So first off, you're going to take your brass brush here. You want this brass bristle because it will not scratch your steel barrel. So take it, actually, before I do that, I'm the idiot and just grab the damn lubed ass barrel. Get yourself a paper towel. You know, it's good to have paper towels, guys. When it comes to cleaning your guns, it will help you. And just, you know, rub off the excess of the barrel, because it'll be soaking wet with oil, and you don't really want it soaking wet. You also don't want it to be bone dry either. So just get it, you know, wipe off the excess, and so it's not getting all over the place. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so got that done. Now take your brush and go ahead and ram it through the bottom here. This will scrape up and break up any debris, gunpowder, carbon built up, all that good stuff. It'll clean out all that crap. So just a few times through, you know, as I go in, I twist it and pull it out, and that will break up all that junk up in there. Clean it all out. There we go. So now that we have it all broken up, what we're gonna do is put on a different attachment here. Now this is a jag made for 9mm. They're all labeled, and you screw that on your rod here with your T-handle and get yourself some patches. So they make these for all different sizes. I like using jags. You can also use loops or whatever to, you know, attach a cleaning patch, but I like these jags because they work really well. So just stab your jag through your little cleaning patch. All right, you can get packs of these for cheap, and they come in your cleaning kits too. And go from the bottom of the barrel to the outside and push it out. And as you can see, it's extremely dirty in there because, like I said, this barrel has been shot for about 3 sessions and never been cleaned. So what I'll do then is I'll go ahead and turn it over and use the other side. Boom. Use the other side, put it through, pop that out, let it fall. And, you know, you can really get by with using just 2 if you switch sides, and it'll get the job done. 3, you know, max. You can use 4. You can use however damn you want. I just like being conservative with them. So boom, push that through. As you can see, it's already getting nice and clean, not too much dirt. And I'll flip it over one more time and we should be good. You know, you can get real anal when it comes to cleaning and you know, get super in depth, but I just do basic cleaning. It works for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And there we go. And you probably can't see, and maybe you can, but that barrel inside is nice, like a shiny mirror. It's good to have a light close by. I'll put it through the light and just take a look at the inside. It is nice and cleaned out. It is super satisfying cleaning up your barrel, guys. It's my favorite part. Probably is your favorite part too. So yeah, now the barrel's been oiled and the barrel's been cleaned. So you can stick this right into your gun. Like I said, make sure you don't have like globs of oil dripping. You don't want it to be soaking wet. Just a nice coat. And make sure also, guys, don't put any oil on the parts inside of your slide here. You don't really want to put too much oil. You don't want to put too much oil really in general besides the barrel, because oil attracts dirt and you don't want dirt to be clumped up inside your gun. So less is more when it comes to Glocks. You know, unlike an AR or something, you don't need as much oil. As you can see here, I'm just cleaning the base of the barrel because there'll be some built up in the little crevices here with a paper towel. You can see. So just clean that out and you're good. So barrel's been done. Now when it comes to the recoil spring, you know, you can clean it with a cleaner, I suppose, and wipe it down and stuff. I don't. I literally just take this nylon brush and brush it off. Make sure there's nothing, you know, built up on the inside that'll cause any type of jamming or whatever. These don't need too much attention. You really don't need to do too much of this, guys. I never have done too much of this and it works just fine. So now the only thing I will oil is the rail connectors, where your rail grooves connect to your actual frame. There's 4 of them on the Glock here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'll just give 1 drop of oil in the channel. I use this True Blue 100% pure gun oil. You can use whatever you want. This works really good for me. You know, I've also used the normal Hoppe's number 9. You can use other shit, stuff for knives, you know, nano oil, any type of metal lubricant works really. And I'll just give it a dab. You don't want too much, guys. Literally just a dab and then wipe. That's it. A dab and then wipe. Spread it around a little bit. Switch it over. Dab. Wipe. Last one. Dab and wipe. You know, just so that your slide, you know, your slide rails are lubricated. That is the action of the pistol, you know, sliding back and forth on those rails. So just give it a tad. You don't need too much. You don't need to put any oil all up in here and do all that stuff. As I'm looking at it, I actually see a part that I did not clean too well. So let me just stay here and do that real quick. There we go. Hold on 1 second, guys. I know that's not in the camera very well. There we go. There's a bunch of carbon built up in here. This section of the gun will get very dirty. So kind of take your time and clean this section out as best as you can. Like I said, these guns will run a little bit dirty. But the cleaner your gun is, the less chances you have of malfunctioning. So there we go. As you can see, it's still kind of dirty. Guys, I'm doing this real quick on camera. Usually I would take more time. And I'm going to take more time after this video to make sure it's really clean before I give it to my buddy. But yeah, just showing a sped up version. You can be as detailed as you want. It is your gun for crying out loud. So there we go. That's good enough. I got it nice and clean. Actually, it's not bad anymore. As you can see, it's not too bad. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. So lubed up the rails. Now time to assemble your gun back into place. So first off, take your barrel, put your barrel back in. It falls right in. Take your recoil spring head first into the cylindrical groove, and then put it in. Make sure it's seated nice and tight and proper. You don't want it sticking out as you put it in. Get your frame, line it up with your rails, and rack it through. Give it a couple racks, you know, spread that oil around, get it nice and lubed up, and then do a function check. So pull the trigger, reset, and you're good to go. So that is it, guys. That is how I clean my Glock. So take care of the barrel, clean up the slide, clean up the frame, and you know, brush off the recoil spring, make sure that's all good. You know, just it's important to give your gun a good check and a good cleaning after you shoot. Make sure nothing looks wonky, no parts are, you know, off-putting or whatever. Make sure everything's solid, and make sure it's nice and cleaned up for your next time using it, so it'll be reliable, and you take care of your tools, and your tools will take care of you. So that's kind of how I see it. Make sure you take care of your stuff, guys. Don't just shoot your gun, and don't give it some TLC every once in a while. So yeah, 19X Glock, quick little cleanup video here, and you can pretty much be you're good to go after that cleaning job. You don't really have to do too much of these. These guns are simple, and you don't got to overcomplicate it. So clean up the slide, clean up the frame, some alcohol and some Q-tips and a rag. Blow it out with some compressed air. Make sure there's nothing stuck up in there, and then treat your barrel. And that's pretty much it, guys. So as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.